Hi, my name is Lou Storm. I'm a somatic movement educator. I'm an advanced Rolf practitioner. And today I want to invite you to do with me a standing meditation on the line. The line was very much the theme of the idea of Dr. Ida Rolf, who created the Rolf method for structural integration. So it's the idea that our bodies can be perfectly aligned in the gravitational field so that gravity can run through us. So I'm doing this meditation with my own ideas. I'm a contemporary dancer and I did a lot of release technique, contact improvisation, the small dance with Steve Paxton. So I will put in my own ideas. This meditation is also dedicated to my teacher, Emmett, who did his own standing line meditation every day. So in these days of coronavirus, how can we be centered, aligned, and in communication between heaven and earth? Enjoy. Okay, so I invite you to choose an even surface to stand on. And you might want to take off your shoes, and you even might want to take off your socks in case you have some. Just taking off anything that obstructs your sensation of the floor, of being in direct contact with the earth. And then in order to stand, see which distance do your feet have to be in order to really support yourself? So see if your feet are too wide. Are they standing outside of your body? Or are they standing really underneath the rest of your body? And often that's the case when your feet are aligned with your sit bones, when your second toe is pointing to the front. And you also might want to check that both feet are in the same line, not one foot being more in front than the other one. And then take a moment to arrive onto your feet. To take a moment to just be there on your feet as you are. Take a moment to notice if your awareness is more on the outer edge of your foot or on the inner edge. And if you can imagine any place here to be more comfortable, where you could be more in comfort with your feet and with yourself, move towards that place. Standing. Observe for a moment if your awareness is more in the front part of your foot, more towards your toes, or in the back part. And then let's remind the fact that each foot has 26 bones. So can we just relax here the 52 bones in case we have 2 feet? Can we just relax those 52 bones into the floor? Maybe remembering that bones have living cells, and that cells are breathing. That the next breath you take in with your lungs is meant to absorb oxygen from the outer space to send oxygen molecules all the way down to the bones of your feet. And then let's take in for a moment the bigger picture here. That our body is standing, aligning itself between earth and sky. And in order to find the perfect, the optimal alignment, we don't want to add things. We rather want to take away obstacles so that the flow of weight is free. The flow of gravity from the sky to the earth, to the center of the earth is free. And vice versa, the flow of the opposite energy that comes from the center of the earth all the way to the center of the sky is also free and not obstructed. So remember for a moment that you have an inner and outer ankle. See if you can balance your ankle, allowing the free flow in the center of the joint. Then imagine your knees having two windows. One window opening to the front, another window opening to the back. Fresh air flowing into your knee joint. And then balancing your knee joint between the front and the back. And then also sensing the outer part of your knee joint and the inner part. Can you balance your knee joint just in the center to allow the free flow of gravity and levity? Then bringing in the awareness to your hip joint. So let your pelvic bones just float on top of the femur head, like liquid, or in a liquid space, let's say. Let's remember for a moment that the femur is actually not in a vertical line. The flow of gravity is not following the line that the femur bone draws in space. The line of gravity kind of flows directly from the hip joint through the kind of empty space of the adductors to the center of the knee. So can you align for a moment the center of your right ankle joint, center of your right knee joint, and your hip joint, and then the center of your left ankle, of your left knee, with your left hip on top. And the hip being the place where the femoral head connects into the coxal bone. Now as you stand here, take a deep breath in your pelvic space. And as you're breathing here, can you allow breath in your sacroiliac joint? And the right one and the left one. Can you allow breath and space in the front of your pelvis, between the two pubic bones? And as you're breathing again into your sacroiliac joints, can you send a deep breath in your sacrum, letting the coccyx hang from there, and having the rest of your spine, the remaining 24 vertebral segments of your spine resting on top of the sacrum, unobstructed, allowing the free flow and the equilibrium of gravity and levity. Letting your arms and shoulders hang out of your having the humerus and arms hanging out of your shoulder joint. Having your clavicles and scapulae lying, maybe floating like a surfboard on the top of calm waters, on top of your ribs. And one more time, following the curves, the lumbar. Maybe first let's follow the sacrum curve of the spine, and then the lumbar curve, the thoracic curve, the cervical curve, until the first cervical segment, the atlas. And let the occipital bone of your cranial structure just rest. Rest and float on top of your spine. Maybe breathing into this huge space formed by the 22 cranial bones, opening up that huge space, which you could imagine like a ball floating on top of water, and your spine just hanging down. So now, as we've been talking to all these structures, is there any place that you feel tension? Any place that you feel obstruction? For example, is your breath not flowing freely somewhere? Can you invite that space, that place to open up for breath and for flow of gravity and levity? Allowing your body to occupy its original space. Allowing your body to have its full size, its majestic size and expansion between earth and sky. And you might just want to relax the parts of you that are looking towards the earth. Relax towards the earth. And the parts of you that are looking towards the sky. Relax towards the sky. Thanks to everybody, to each one of you who is joining this meditation. And please share if you feel like.